Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the All Things Considered CX podcast, Unhinged. We have a returning guest, and I love kicking the year off with Carol Kaemmerer because she is all about LinkedIn, all about brand. She's just in tune to what's happening in the economy and the employment world. And so I've done this several years. I said to Carol, before we began taping, well, maybe not this year. Maybe we'll start with somebody else. And then we saw lots of fourth quarter layoffs, and I said, it's Carol again. We got to bring Carol back. So, Carol, welcome. If you would provide our listeners with a little bit of an introduction to yourself.
Thank you so much, Bob. I'm so glad to be here again. So, I work with senior level leaders on their personal brand online so that they can be seen, found, hired, those kinds of things. I'm the author of the award-winning book, LinkedIn for the Savvy Executive: Promote Your Brand with Authenticity, Tact, and Power. I am a member of the National Speakers Association, but mostly where I get my joy is working with people to help them be on brand all the time on LinkedIn so that they can be in control of their careers.
That's fabulous, Carol. And listeners, just a plug for Carol. If you aren't following her on LinkedIn, you are missing some of the best content on LinkedIn. Um, She participates in podcasts much like this. She posts articles. Her book is fantastic. I think it's in its second edition now too, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken, Carol.
Mhm.
So I just want to plug the. She does executive coaching. I could go on and on, but listeners, you definitely need to connect with Carol and follow her and her content and engage with her because she offers some great services. So that being said, Carol. Uh, I just mentioned the fourth quarter, we've seen thousands and thousands of layoffs
Yeah.
announced. I'm sure we haven't seen the end of it. Um, where are we at? State of economy, state of employment. What are you seeing?
Okay. Well, the economists say that we lost 1.1 million jobs in 2025, and companies are kind of retrenching. But next year, they are planning 60,000 jobs a month growth. But actually, that is the lowest growth since 2010.
Oh.
So monthly growth. Um, Economists are saying we will reach an unemployment level of 4.5% next year, and it would just kind of be steady
Hmm.
all along. So it's not that we're falling off a cliff, but things are going to be very, very slow, and hiring will be very particular. They are looking for clarity, they're looking for capability, they're looking for credibility. And all of those things are things that we can demonstrate through our LinkedIn profile. And so that's what I'm all about right now is teaching people how to maximize that tool because it is the number one place that people are looking to find out all about who are the best people that they should go after. If they're only going to hire just a few people, who are those people and where will they find them? They
Mhm.
will find them on LinkedIn. You know,
Interesting.
the people who have the best profiles are not necessarily the best in their jobs. There could be somebody who's better in their job. But if you don't
Hmm.
tell us, we don't know. And LinkedIn is where people get to say,
Mhm. And Carol, before we get into what you've described as your brilliance framework, um, I have to ask this because it's so top of mind, and it's about AI and what AI is
oh,
how AI is
absolutely.
impacting employment. And I've had lots of people on the podcast talking about AI and its impact in customer service and customer experience. But
Sure.
you work with a lot of clients. What are you seeing and hearing about the AI impact?
Well, certainly those jobs that are routine um, are going to be taken over by bots and such. So
Mhm.
in customer experience, for instance, there'll be a lot more chatbots. There'll be a lot more customer service via, you know, automation as opposed to real people. But on the other hand, they're looking for strategy. So those people who can provide real strategy on how to um, connect customer experience with real value for the company, those people will be in high demand.
Mm.
So if you've had other people talk about AI, you've probably heard this um, general thought that it's not so much that we're going to lose overall jobs to AI, but that people who know how to leverage AI will replace those people who don't. And
Oh.
so that's an important concept that we all need to be learning, you know, expanding our capabilities and being able to envision what could be done in a smarter way, um, because there are going to be fewer people hired, and
Mm.
we're going to hire the best.
Hmm. It makes total sense. Um, Carol, again, we're going to get into your framework in a moment, but just a little bit more on LinkedIn. I've heard some people say, it's LinkedIn is becoming too much like Facebook, or there's a lot of noise out on LinkedIn right now about, you know, people saying I finished this course or I finished this certification, and it's not really it's leaving the original intent of LinkedIn. And how do you, and you do it so well, I want our listeners to know this, but how do you cut through that noise with the personal brand approach that you take?
So I believe that engagement online is huge. Um, it is the way that people get to know how we think and how we interact, what our thought process is, but not if the way that you interact is great post, you know? So in 2025, LinkedIn actually operationalized what engagement looks like on LinkedIn. And it is one of those little reaction emoticons plus a comment of 5 words or more.
Interesting.
So, um, congrats, even congratulations is not enough um, to move that needle. What they're looking for is the way to spark dialogue and
Mm.
commentary. And so I spend a lot of time with the people that I help with their profiles to also help them hone those skills. Um, it's how could you imagine hearing what you've just read and being in a room where you have the chance to interact. So what can you say? Um, I really liked point number 3 because I've seen that over and over in the companies that I
Mm.
consult with. Or your perspective on XYZ was so enlightening to me. I'll try your approach next time or something. It's
Right.
It's a way for you to inject your personality, but also to share how you think, to share how
Mm,
you interact with people and ideas. And it is, it is a real strategy for us to engage with intention. The other thing that I teach
mm,
about engagement is that um, I call it the, let's see, the visibility trifecta. So
mm,
we want to add value to the original poster, the person who wrote. We want to add value by expanding their idea or adding some extra ingredient in there.
mhm.
So we're adding value to other people. And when we have accomplished those two, we reach the trifecta because people will see us as thoughtful and engaging people. And so we add value to ourselves. So adding value three ways. That intentionality in commenting is just huge. And it is so much easier once you get the hang of it
Mhm.
than coming up with your own thought leadership, to post.
Mm,
I spend a lot of time posting my thought leadership, but also I engage.
mhm.
And engaging is important because it helps you be top of mind for many people. If you are, you know, always in their feed, they remember who you are. And that is so important, especially if you are looking for your next engagement.
So that's really interesting, Carol, that you don't necessarily, although you certainly can, you don't necessarily have to be constantly posting new content. You can be
No,
engaging with others who are posting that content and accomplish the same level of visibility by
absolutely.
doing that. That's really
Yeah.
uh,
And,
great tip.
and
The five words tidbit and this tidbit are, I mean, this just paid for the podcast. Kidding
yay.
aside.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it is an interesting concept to realize that when you engage with thought leaders, you elevate yourself to the thought
Mm,
leadership level.
mhm.
You become known by those thought leaders. People want to know who knows those thought leaders. So
Right.
it's exciting. It is a real strategic move.
Definitely.
Yeah,
All right. Well, let's move into the brilliance framework. I'd love for you to share with our listeners the key elements of the framework that you've
absolutely.
outlined in your
Yes.
content.
Okay. So um, think of a star. It has 5 points. We're going to start at the top of the star, and the very first thing is lead with authenticity.
Mm.
So that doesn't just mean you shouldn't lie. Of course, you shouldn't lie, but you need to tell us more. You need to be a real person. You know, as we get into the age of AI, um, people are more and more craving humanity. And so when we share our why is it that we work in customer experience or whatever job it is?
Mhm.
Why does that motivate us? That is a huge part of our story. And it can be almost magnetic when we tell a story like that. Um, so, this lead with authenticity is mostly about the um, headline, that little thing that comes right under your name that describes what you do and maybe who you do it for and what their result is. And also the about section. The about section is such a deep section. So many people write 3 sentences and they're masterful for how many keywords they've crammed into a little space, but they don't convey any humanity at all. You know, it's dry, dry, dry. Help us understand who you are. So
Hmm.
also, what kind of customer experiences do you solve and how do you solve them? Help them to know how you think, how you problem solve, how you relate to others. All of these things can be put in the about section because it is 2,600 characters long, which is about 5 paragraphs.
Oh,
So yeah, there's a big difference. So,
clearly.
so that's lead with authenticity.
Hmm.
Okay, now we're going to the second star arm here, and this is use the rule of three. Now, the rule of three is used by preachers and teachers and writers and orators across all time because people are hardwired to remember things in groups of three. So think I came, I saw, I conquered. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Three things
Oh,
put together is memorable. So think about your headline and think about all the people's headlines that you have seen recently. Many of them have like a gajillion different ways that you could think of the person because we have 220 characters to do that. And people have caught on that we have a lot of space now.
mm.
It went from 140 to 220 or something like that. And so we have a fair chunk of real estate there. But when you combine discrete little things and you've got more than three, instead of coming into sharper focus, you kind of fade away. We
Oh,
can't get a handle on who you are and what you do. And then you're gone, you know,
mm,
out of our memory. We can't hold 7 ideas about who you are. Um, so think of the very first part of your headline to be your functional job title. Give it a colon after that. And then who do you serve and what are
yeah.
the results? It's not so hard. Um, think about three things that you want people to remember after they've shut down their computer.
Mm.
So you've got these three things that you want to be known for. Put them in the headline. Use three of your paragraphs in the about section and caption them with those three concepts, three different ones. And then in your skills section, the top three skills that you list should marry up with those three things that you want to be known for. So
Mm.
um, that is really powerful because we've built a structure for your LinkedIn profile that helps you be remembered. You've
Mm.
got three and three more and three more again. I mean, it's like one, two, three. We will know who you are and what you do and what the results are when we
Mm.
close the book or shut the computer or whatever.
Interesting.
So
Hmm.
that's really important. Lead with the rule of three.
Please. Hmm.
Okay. The next one is maximize your digital real estate.
Mm.
Now, this is kind of a funny concept, digital real estate, but LinkedIn is a search engine. And so it's looking for your keywords in order to rank you. And ranking highly is, of course, what you want to be doing so that
Hmm.
you will um, show up for the kinds of opportunities that you're looking for. The only way that you can rank well is to use your keywords often. Um, when LinkedIn is looking for keywords, it's not looking for, is the word there or is it not there? But how many times does it show up? It's a key indicator of how you're going to rank.
Mm.
It's not the only indicator, but it's really important. And so if you're one of the people that has written 3 sentences in your about section and you think, well, there I am, done. Um, you're missing the 5 paragraphs that you could be writing. And in those 5 paragraphs, you could be using your keywords naturally. Um, so let me give your people just some ideas. We've got 220 characters to deploy in the headline. We've got 2,600 in the about section. We have 2,000 for each position in our experience section. We have 2,000 for each volunteer position. We, when we use optional sections like coursework, certifications, honors and awards, those kinds of things, those all have keywords. As, sometimes the honors and awards are kind of don't necessarily have keywords in them, but the courses for sure do. And so when we use that digital real estate for our keywords, we will be found more easily, more often. Okay. So the fourth arm is make a visual impact. Almost everybody knows how visual people are. They just love visual metaphors. They love things that are pretty. It attracts, it keeps people on your profile longer and they read more. So there are ways that people automatically think of when I talk about visual impact, but there's some other ways that are subtle that really make an impact as well. So starting at the top, many people have that default banner image. Right now, it's gray-green and, just kind of a little meh design. And it can be so much more impactful. So I come from the world of marketing communications, where the visual and the words need to go together and they need to be more than 1 plus 1. They need to be, um, all together and to make 1 plus 1 3 or 4 or 5, it's like, oh my gosh, I get it what you are. Um, and so I work with people to do that visual search for the perfect image. If they are working for a company, companies may have visual backgrounds that you can use. When I work with a company, I always make sure that they do several versions so that their employees can pick which one they like the best. That makes compliance a lot higher. And so that's fun, to use the
Yes.
logo and all of that. But lots of people don't have that going for them. So it's like, well, what are some of the key words that really are important to you? And what would happen if you put those in the search engine of a stock photo repository? The one that I use most often is Shutterstock because it has a lot of great, great images and it's not prohibitive cost-wise.
Hmm.
Um, it's a real value add. So that's the one that I recommend. Um, you can put it in, you can also add words to it on Canva, and
Right.
that's a
Hmm.
free to use design tool. That's actually super easy to use. So, there are a lot of ways that we can do it, even if we're not designers. Um, and when that pops and your headshot is sharp and wonderful and it pops, it's just a win. So those are the ones that people usually think of.
Hmm.
Ones that can kill you if you don't think about them are logos or the lack thereof. So you want your company logos to show up. Um, and some people just have not figured out how to get that to populate. Sometimes it's because the company doesn't have one, and that is a shame. But
Hmm.
often it's because people have misspelled the company's name. Um, or I was so surprised. I was working with somebody who went to Pepperdine University, and I'm going, well, that's a big school to not have a logo. Come on, that can't be.
Right.
And then I looked, and they didn't have enough P's in their spelling.
Oh.
And it's like, oh my gosh, twice dumb. So really, make sure that you're getting the logos that you deserve. Often it's that we don't know the exact name of the company, or the company's name has changed, or they merged, or whatever. If the company is no longer the company name that you worked for, but it still exists in some form, was bought out by, you use the name of the company that it was bought out by, and then in your um, job title, after you list the job title, put in parentheses, um, I worked for XYZ company.
Mm.
Um, so that's a good thing. And often we can make um, if we have like a volunteer position, say you worked for the Red Cross in Poughkeepsie as a volunteer.
Hmm.
Well, you can find the Red Cross of Pittsburgh, and you can find the Red Cross of, lots of places, but maybe you don't find the Red Cross of Poughkeepsie. Well, you can say that you work for the American Red Cross, and then in your volunteer position, you could say Poughkeepsie chapter or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
So you get a logo. The logo is part of our credibility. It's part of our pedigree online. Um, it's powerful, and the lack of logos, um, while sometimes it's unavoidable, is really a shame.
Hmm.
It doesn't advantage us. So, uh, at the beginning, I was talking about how the hiring market was slowing,
Hmm.
and specifically, they are looking for clarity, capability, and credibility.
Right.
So that credibility is really important, that we use that visual impact that we are trying to make. Other areas that are big in making visual impact are the featured section, which is an optional section, and it is
Mm.
used for uh, big images and video.
Mm.
Um, yes, you could put your resume in there, but it would look like a black hole. Please don't do it. It's a visual section. and you should use it for a visual purpose. And then the activity section, it gives a liveliness to your profile because there are all these pictures associated with things that you've posted or things that you've liked, and they're visual,
Mm.
and that is one of the telltale signs of whether you're really a player on LinkedIn or whether you're not. If I look at your activity section and I see, yes, you have 3 posts up here and they were posted, 2 years ago. Well, that must have been when they changed jobs.
Right.
So, what you're looking for is something that says H instead of Y.
Right. Oh, heavens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have one last
Oh.
arm for this star, and it is intentional engagement.
Mm.
So we talked about that a little bit earlier, Bob, in terms of
Hmm.
making sure that we are adding value, that value visibility trifecta, 3 ways. We talked about how important it is to write more than 5 words when we engage, because otherwise it's just kind of like tossing a business card out there as make a beeline to the hors d'oeuvres or something. It's just not engagement. So
Right.
when we engage online, it is another way that we stay top of mind and tip of tongue.
Mm.
So it's a powerful, powerful thing to do for the company that you're working for, or if you are looking for your next opportunity for yourself.
Hmm. And to your point, Carol, it takes some time and effort to do that. I mean, hitting the clap or the thumbs up and so
Yeah, yeah,
forth, that takes 5 seconds or less.
right.
But intentional engagement takes some time, takes some thought. But the outcome, to your
It's,
point, is much greater than just
yeah.
hitting the clapping sound.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I get lots of people who are looking for job help, and I help a lot more people than I have as clients. It's just
Hmm.
um, so um, I'll talk to somebody, I'll say to myself, that was a really nifty person. I'll remember that person when I hear of a job in the XYZ area.
Right.
Well, if I don't encounter them again, I forget who they are.
Hmm.
And, I will go back through my scrolls. I'll, try to figure out who was that. And if I don't see them again, they're not going to get that referral.
Right.
Whereas if you are, out there, if you're using this as a tool, LinkedIn is a business tool. It is the most essential business tool out there right now
Hmm.
for your career. It, does it help you do your work? No, it helps you work.
And of course, the time to do all of this
Yeah,
is not when you've been laid off from your job, but that's where the panic sets in and people,
right,
I need to update my LinkedIn profile. I need to do
right.
the time really is now to be doing all of this if you're gainfully employed to build this network, to build it now
Yes,
rather than when panic hits in.
right.
Um, this is a fantastic framework, listeners. The
Yes.
the 5 points of this brilliant star that Carol points out. But Carol, I have to just add one thing. You briefly touched on it, but digital headshots. I have to tell you a
Oh,
personal experience. I changed out a headshot that I had used for far too long, had it professionally done, and put it out there. And I've never gotten so many compliments about a digital headshot. So, lots of I put a fair amount of content out there too, but when I changed my
Yeah,
digital headshot, there was like this immediate reaction. Wow, great.
yeah,
Did you have it professionally done? Who did it for you? And so forth. There was this
yeah,
interaction. And I realized that now I kind of pay attention to people's digital
yes.
headshots. And I think, great that you had a good time on the beach, but is that really the headshot you want, showing
Oh,
you in a
yes.
swimsuit on a beach on LinkedIn as a
Yeah.
professional profile? So I thought that
Oh,
was an interesting
absolutely.
comment you made about that.
Yes, yes. There are some interesting things that we can do with our headshot without ever touching, you know, AI to enhance it.
Right.
One of the things that I teach, if it's a reasonably good headshot, um, I talk to the person and I say, if you filled more of the frame with your head and less with air on top of your head that's not doing you any good, you would have a bigger smile and wider eyes than than this little scrunched up picture of you, you know, and we just take the little digital um, uh, enlarge plus sign and we move it to the right and I say, okay, this is too big, and now we back it up a little bit. This is it.
Right, right.
Um, the uh, the space that people have often between if they were wearing a tie, where their tie would not, and their belt is not of value. Um, we want to see your eyes and your smile. That
Mm.
I learned that as I was a marketing communications person, It's like, oh, there's no emotional content between the knot in the tie and the belt buckle. As a matter of fact, is probably not so good. So um, when we have our picture against all the other pictures, once you land on a page, you've got 10 people that you can look at. And people gravitate toward the person with the most genuine, engaging smile.
Interesting. Wow. Fascinating. Carol, this has been great. Listeners, Carol lays out a brilliance framework. She's got a fantastic book that's a bestseller. You've heard her talk so much about various aspects of LinkedIn. You need to do this, listeners. You need to connect with Carol on LinkedIn, to get her book, to follow the brilliance framework that she's talked about, because this is going to advance your professional career. And Carol, I think you've guaranteed that you're going to be back in January of 27 based on
That's
January
great.
of 26 kickoff.
That's
But
great.
what
So
what a great way to kick off a new year with Carol. Go ahead, Carol.
fabulous. I just want to make sure that people can muddle around enough to figure out how to spell my name.
Oh, please.
It has twice as many letters as we need. It's Carol, which is just Carol. Good there. This is the last name. That's the kicker. Kaemmerer. Kaemm, like Mickey Mouse, Erer. So Mickey Mouse and his two ears. So um, maybe that will help you find me on LinkedIn. If you look on Google, you will find me all over the place because I am
Mm,
prolific at writing about LinkedIn, and it's all available on Google.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I have firsthand experience in misspelling Carol's last name, so I appreciate you doing that so we can find you and your logo on LinkedIn, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
wonderful. Thanks, Carol, for kicking our new year off so well. We really appreciate your time today.
So great to be with you, Bob. Thanks so much.
And listeners, stay tuned for a new season of the All Things Considered CX podcast Unhinged as we come into the new year, and a great guest as always. Until then, see you at the next episode.